Welcome to JGod Gaming. In today's video, I'll be focusing on the map Sainte Marie du Mont in Call of Duty World War II, specifically focusing on how to use my spawn guide in Call of Duty World War II. There's only about 7 spawn locations on this map, 3 towards the bottom and then 4 towards the top. So just keep that in mind as I navigate through the map. There are actually 2 or 3 positions where you can actually just find yourself catching people off of spawn and then knowing pretty much where they're coming until your teammates happen to go into their spawns and flip them, which your teammates often do. So keep in mind again that this video is actually done again with bots, because again the purpose is just to demonstrate on how the spawns work and that they're actually predictable in the sense that when you kill somebody and your teammates are in a specific area, enemy opponents are going to spawn in one of these 2, 3, 4 designated areas depending on what side of the map your team has control of. The middle building on this map is highly contested, but for a good reason, is because you get a lot of good vantage points of different areas of the map, but it gets incredibly hard to hold down as an individual because someone could just walk around, sneak around with mountain on, and pretty much they could just sneak up. No matter how good your defenses are, eventually they're going to get you. So a lot of times it's just better to position yourself right outside the spawn areas to not force flip them. So you can see right here in this kind of little corner, they're still spawning over here in the top edge. As they continue to die, they'll continue to spawn back in this area until pretty much the spawns flip. Currently there's one teammate over in our main spawn, so the spawns aren't likely to flip at this point. So I'm pretty much running through their spawn, killing them as they come off a spawn, kind of rotating back, not going too deep because I know there's 4 different spawn zones, but I want to kind of lock them in this corner. So continually just kind of killing and pushing in, pushing back out, making sure the spawns don't flip because I have to push all the way through for them to actually do a full flip. So right now you can see that guy spawned right next to me, so now I know the spawns are in this bottom edge of the map. So you can see I've shown the middle of the map, I've shown this bottom or at least the top section of the map where I just was at, and now I'm over here towards the front of this building, which is probably one of the more advantageous spots because you kind of get people coming off out of that barn house, kind of have a good sight line to this back spawn, so just kind of rotate back and forth in front of this building, through the building, and just kind of catching people off guard. A lot of times people don't realize that you can just be so close to their spawn, especially with them spawning right there. So it's kind of a craziness how the map's designed this way, but it is what it is. So I continue just kind of hold around this area. The spawns haven't flipped yet, even though I'm pretty much deep in the spawns. The spawns haven't flipped. They're just coming out of this corner house, so I'm going to push it to force flip and pretty much control exactly where they're coming from. But you can see there's 3 little red blips inside there. And that's pretty much what happened. Still the spawns haven't flipped. I was standing basically in there. You can see there's 3 of them in that back corner room now. So I'm just going to head that way, go ahead and take them out, flip the spawns. So it's pretty much nothing special. It just gives you an idea that how ridiculous these spawns are. That the other 2 spawns were blocked and they basically forced them to come out into the other section. Now that they've been thoroughly crushed from us running down there, you can see that now they all spawn in the top mid. So pretty much rushing back that way, you should be able to take them out. So that's just kind of the concept of this map. A lot of times if you don't push that spawn that hard, you can kind of have a really good idea of where they're going to be coming from a majority of the time. And then you're able to go in and basically crush them. Keep in mind that when you do play with actual live people online, is that it can be a little bit different. Primarily because sometimes people aren't as predictable, but the things that will always be predictable are the actual spawns. So just keep that in mind. It looks like they're all spawning in this top right corner. And pretty much, as long as you know where the spawns are, it can help you a great deal just because then you're not caught off guard. And that the spawns don't flip until they actually flip. So a lot of times people assume that the spawns are going to flip because in prior games, you could be in their spawn and then it immediately flips. Whereas in this game, you literally have to have a teammate spawn next to you almost to basically guarantee the spawns have flipped. Unless you got that UAV or recon plane up to actually see them spawn in the opposing side. So again, the spawn's already flipped. Nothing crazy there. Pretty much just kind of rotating back and forth. And that's pretty much it I want to cover for this video. Nothing crazy. This is kind of pretty much how this map goes. It's just a matter of controlling the map, knowing where the spawns are. You can see they're all in this bottom corner. I'd like to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy the video anyway, if you found it helpful, I really like that feedback. I'd like to thank anyone who's been subscribing to me recently. I know I had a huge spike recently, and it's been continually growing as the videos have been coming out. So thank you all for the support. Thanks again for watching. If you did enjoy the video anyway, remember to click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.